Welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. Today we are going to be making a Halloween wreath using this witch hat frame from Dollar Tree. We went in Dollar Tree yesterday and my daughter found these and we have never seen these before. So we're going to be making a wreath today. So give me just a second and we'll get started. I bought 2 of these scarves at Dollar Tree and they are not very thick. So what I thought I would do is fold the scarf in half, and I'm going to kind of use it as ribbon to wrap the witch hat. Now if you're wanting it to be a little bit more stable and thicker, then you might want to wrap it first with some 6-inch deco mesh from Dollar Tree. But I'm waiting for my hot glue gun to heat up so I can add the scarves. But I also added a zip tie to the top so I will be able to hang it on the door. Okay, I just took the scarf and I just folded it in half, and I am going to do it just like how I would add ribbon. I'm just going to hot glue the scarf onto the top of it carefully. Now be real careful with your hot glue gun. So I'm going to just start right like that. Make sure you don't glue it to your table too. It's not wanting to come out really good. Okay, now it's working. Okay, so I'm just going to carefully fold it over and let it dry for just a little bit. So give me just a second. And you will want to glue down the layers of your scarf. Since you folded it in half and are wrapping it, you kind of have to hot glue the layers so that it stays down flat and stays looking like you like. So just go ahead and carefully wrap the witch hat frame. Try to make it as smooth as possible and just hot glue where needed. And I did use the 2 scarves. It did take both of them. So it's just much easier for me to wrap it like this because the witch hat frame is actually pretty long. Makes a nice size wreath, so it'd look great if somebody had, double front doors or a larger front door. So just take your time and try not to get it all folded up and bunched up. Try to keep it as smooth as possible. Okay, and I made some deco mesh bundles and some bundles of ribbon. And I just cut my ribbon in 9-inch strips, and the ribbon I am using is 2.5-inch width and it's 3 yards. And those 2 colors of ribbon both came from Dollar Tree. So just cut your ribbon in 9-inch strips, and I chose 4 different ribbons. Now this is the 7/8-inch ribbon, and it came in 6 yards rolls, and I have 2 of them, and they are from Michael's. So 4 ribbons total. So 2.5-inch width and then the 7/8-inch width, and I am just giving them a dovetail or chevron look. I'm not sure the correct name of this, but just make the V in the end if you want to. It just kind of makes it a little bit dressier. And then I am just stacking my ribbons. And then you'll want to take your pipe cleaners and cut them in half. I forgot to on the first few I did, but it's much easier if you just cut your pipe cleaners in half. And just tightly twist the pipe cleaner around your bundle of ribbon. And I will add a materials list for you in the description box below. And so now I am making my deco mesh bundles, and I am cutting my deco mesh at 20 inches. So I am making 20-inch strips, and I have 3 colors of the 6-inch deco mesh from Dollar Tree. So 20-inch strips. The ribbon was cut at 9 inches, and the deco mesh is cut at 20 inches. And it doesn't have to be exactly 20 inches, just close. Then you'll want to take your deco mesh and just walk your fingers up the deco mesh. and hold it tightly. Now if you have a clothespin or a chip clip, you could use one of those so that you don't have to hold it in your hand. But just walk your fingers up the deco mesh and make a little bow tie or whatever you want to call it. So you'll use all 3 colors, and then you'll want to have your pipe cleaner cut in half so you can wrap it around it. And I just did deco mesh ribbon on the top wire of my witch hat frame. So I just alternated between the deco mesh and the ribbon until I got it as full as I wanted. Just make sure you get your pipe cleaner nice and tight around your bundles and give it a few twists, and then you'll want to give it a few twists tightly onto your top wire. And then after you add your bundle, make sure you push it forward so that you get it nice and full and fluffy. And so it would have been a lot easier if I would have cut my pipe cleaners in half, but I didn't think of that at first. And so here I'm just cutting it off and folding the extra down. And you will need, of the deco mesh, you will need 2 of the orange, 2 of the black, and 2 of the striped 6-inch deco mesh from Dollar Tree. On the ribbon, it just took me 1 roll of each because I was cutting them in 9-inch strips. So I will write all this down in the description box for you. And you can make these. I'm going to be start working on some Christmas ones real soon. My daughter and I went to Dollar Tree yesterday and I bought some Christmas ribbon, deco mesh. They have all kinds of pretty stuff out right now. So if you get a chance, stop by Dollar Tree. I know it's early, but I'm getting excited. So I'm gonna start working on Christmas probably the end of this week. But this is how it looks so far. Make sure you're pushing your bundles forward so that it's nice and full and fluffy. And you can use all Dollar Tree deco mesh and all Dollar Tree ribbon for this. You do not have to buy your ribbon at Michael's. I just had this left over. And so I started with deco mesh, and so I'm finishing with deco mesh on each end. Then you'll want to go back and fluff your ribbon, make sure everything's in place like you like. So kind of your ribbon sometimes gets tucked behind the deco mesh, so you need to pull your ribbon forward. And it takes about 7 bundles per section for this wreath. So you could use more or less. It just depends on how fluffy you want, but about 7 of the bundles on each section. Okay, and this ribbon is the 7/8 inch width ribbon from Michael's. And like I said, you don't have to use ribbon from anywhere else. You can use all Dollar Tree items for this. And just let the hot glue dry before you start pulling. Seems like it takes a little longer for the hot glue to dry on the scarf, but just let it sit and dry. And then you'll just take and wrap the ribbon around the top part of your hat, just kind of making stripes or bands on it. And then when I got to the bottom, I just hot glued the end on the back. But if you do buy your ribbon at Michael's, make sure you use a 40% off coupon. And then here I am just making a simple bow, back and forth, keeping it pinched tightly in my left hand, making the loops the same size on each side. And I uploaded a bow tutorial last week, so if you haven't checked that video out, please go check it out. And also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I would love to have you as a subscriber. So thank you guys, those of you that are watching, I really appreciate it. And thank you guys that always comment, y'all are the sweetest. So you'll need some floral stem wire close by. And I use the 20 gauge floral stem wire, and you can purchase floral stem wire at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, places like that. So you'll want to wrap your floral stem wire tightly around the center of your ribbon. And that's very important to get it tight around the center and leave your wires long. You're going to want to go to the top of your witch hat, and where you added your zip tie so that you can hang it, just thread the wire for your bow through the top, and then you'll go the back, and give it a few twists. Sorry, I'm about to lose my voice. After you attach your bow, you'll want to trim off the extra wires and fold them down. And make sure you fluff the loops of your bow. Okay guys, and here it is hanging on my door. I went ahead and I had a big purple glitter spider that I had been wanting to use on a project, and I thought it would look good on the center of this witch hat, so I added it. I hot glued it on to the middle of the hat, and you'll see it in just a second, but I really think it made it look prettier with it. So let me know if you like it better with the spider or without. But this is it. It really, I mean, it's simple to do. It just takes a little while to make your bundles, but I like the way it turns out. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all are so sweet. And I mean, y'all have just become my friends. So thank you so much, guys. And I hope y'all have a wonderful evening.